Hey guys, so today I have the last of my empties. These are my skincare empties from the last 6 months. So I could link below the first two empties I did, which was a bunch of random stuff, and then it was body care, and now it is skincare. So I have quite a collection of skincare. This is definitely my largest section of empties that I've got, so this one will be a little bit longer, probably, I don't know, but and there are some things in here that I'm throwing away, but everything's in a bag right now, so I'm just going to grab from the top of the bag and do it that way. So the first thing I have is this refill jar of George's Always Active Aloe. So these come in the 8-ounce spray bottles, but I find it pretty wasteful to just buy like a bunch of 8-ounce bottles. So when I was at Sprouts, I think now it's been like a year since I've had this. I can't remember exactly when I bought it, but I saw that they had the refills of the aloe, so I figured I would just buy this instead of buying a bunch of those 8-ounce spray containers and then just recycling those. Instead, this has 32 ounces, this is 4 of those spray bottles. So I decided to buy this and then just refill the spray bottles as I need them. I haven't had any issues with my spray bottles. The nozzle still works and everything like that. So I did go through one of these and I did buy another one of these. So if you use the George's Active Aloe, and I think they do sell these refill things on iHerb now, but check your natural store, and they should have these because my Sprouts has them, but then my Whole Foods doesn't. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on your store. So I have one of those that I went through. So, and I'm not going to talk about these too much because I've said some things about them in the past, but these are the green tea eyes from To Go Spa. They're just those under-eye gels, and these actually aren't vegan, but I'm sort of going through the stash that I had. When I bought them, I didn't realize they weren't vegan, but I didn't want to just throw them away because then it would just be like doubly wasteful, so I figured I'd still use them. So I do think I still have maybe 4 more like eye treatments, and then I'll be totally out of these. And I do know that 100% Pure came out with a recent addition to their line that has something like this, where it's like the under eye like gel type thing, but that's so far this is the only one that I know of that's vegan. But I do really like this kind of product. I do know that the one from 100% Pure is like $7 for 1 pack, which is kind of expensive, but anyway, I have a pack of those. And then I have a couple of contact sponges. I think this is both of them. I've got one from Puresole. This was the original, so it's just their white one. And then also a Dr. Sponge. I just kept the boxes, not the sponges. And this is also the original, so they're both white ones. They both compare pretty well. The thing that the Puresole has over the Dr. Sponge is that the Puresole one comes with a little suction hook, so you can hang it in your shower or on your mirror or something like that. But they both do have a string, but this one has a suction. But the sponge itself was pretty comparable. I didn't notice too much of a difference between the two, but I'm currently out of a contact sponge right now. I need to go pick one up. I haven't had one for like a month now at least, but I like contact sponges and I'll be rebuying at least some brand of a contact sponge at some point. Then I've also got this Angelo Naturals Citrus Kombucha Cleansing Gel. My husband mostly used this, but since I did use it part of the bottle, I decided to just throw it in here. I haven't used this since we stopped using this bottle. My husband does still use this in the shower every single morning, but I have stopped using it just because I'm testing some other cleansers right now. But I do really like this cleansing gel. It's clarifying for oily skin, but it also is really gentle. It doesn't strip the skin. It doesn't make my skin feel really dry or like squeaky or anything like that. So we have gone through, I think this is our 4th or 5th empty bottle of this, so we really like this cleanser. We have one in the shower, and we also have a backup that we accidentally bought too many of, so we have a bunch in back stock. So this is a really good cleanser for anybody who's looking for a cleanser. So this one's a good one that I like. Right now I'm using the Cebu one, and I also do really like that one. So either one would be a really good one to try if you've got oily skin, or even if you don't, because they're both non-drying. So then I also have a couple jars of Salas. I've got a 6-ounce jar of the Lavender and Jasmine, and then I have a 2-ounce jar of the Calendula. These are my 2 favorite scents. Currently I have a 6-ounce jar of both the Calendula and the Lavender and Jasmine in my shower. I use these every single morning to exfoliate. It's like a light exfoliation. It's not super harsh or anything, and you guys know I've like raved about this for years now. I think it's it's been like 2 years since I started raving about Salas. So I do know that I've hooked a bunch of people on Salas. So anybody who's not on the Salas train yet, like, what are you waiting for? Go to Salas and pick up some of this stuff. I'll leave my link. I'll leave the link for the review I did for them down below, but I always rave about them and I'll continue to rebuy them until the end of time. And if she ever decides to stop selling that, I'm gonna have to like buy her recipe so that I'm never without that scrub. So, and I did include one of these in my makeup empties, but I used a couple of others, so I figured I'd just throw them into skincare at this point. So I've got one more of their LaFresh makeup remover wipe, which these are good makeup remover wipes. I really like them. They take off all my makeup, including mascara and like eye makeup, with just one wipe, and it's non-drying and irritating. And then I've also got 2 of the oil-free face cleanser wipes, which I will use after the makeup wipe. So I'll do the makeup wipe to remove all my makeup, and then I'll do the cleanser wipe to make sure that I've gotten all my makeup and to cleanse my skin. So I usually will do that on a day when I'm wearing makeup and I've waited too long to take it off and I'm just exhausted and I don't want to deal with taking off my makeup before I go to bed, but then I also don't want to sleep with my makeup on, which I have done on occasion because, I mean, like, you know, life. I did do this last week or something like that. I used the makeup wipe and then the cleanser, but I do like both of these. The cleansing wipe does contain phenoxyethanol, but I don't have an issue with these. These are the only face wipes that I've ever used that don't irritate and burn my skin, so that is why I keep using these. And I do have a bunch of them because I bought a bunch a long time ago. And they're still good. They're still moist and, you know, good. So I buy those, and I would continue to buy those when I'm out. So I have a few toners. One that kind of hurts my soul. So I'll start with this one. This is the Acure Facial Toner in Balancing Rose and Red Tea. I've used, I think, like 5 bottles of this toner by now. It's a really good toner. The only gripe I have is the bottle is super small, so I go through it really quickly, but this is a good toner. It's a great neutral toner. It's just a great toner. I have a couple of these still in my back stock, but I would buy this again if I didn't. Then I've also got this one from Little Fox Botanicals. It's the Moon Dust. It's their lavender and blue chamomile toning mist with a smoky quartz infusion. So this did come with like a little smoky quartz like gem in the bottle, but I took that out and like put it in my jewelry box. So but I mean I like the mist. The mist is nice and it feels nice on my skin, but the scent, I don't really like the scent of this one. So I would buy the toners from Little Fox Botanicals again, but I probably wouldn't buy the Moon Dust one. I did talk to the owner and she said that the rose spray that they have would probably be it would work for me better because I would like the scent of that one better than this one. So this is it's a good toner, but I wouldn't rebuy that specific scent. And this is the one that I'm like extremely sad about because I just finished this one this week and I'm like crying on the inside because I love it so much. And I'm not ready to rebuy it yet because I've got so many others that I need to use. But this is the R.L. Linden & Co. 1000 Petal Beautifying Mist Hydrating Floral Toner, and I just love this one to death. It smells so good. I usually spray this after I've done my like serums and stuff, so I'll use it to sort of like lock in my serums, or even before. So like before and after serums usually is when I would use this. So I will buy this at some point again once I've used up a few of the other toners that I've got, but I love this one. This one is even great to just like refresh, just sort of spray it on, you know, once you've got your makeup on and whatever. So this one makes me sad because it smells so good, but yeah, I will rebuy that in the future. So then I've got an eye serum, which again also makes me sad because I love this one. This is the Kahina Giving Beauty Eye Serum. This one came in a Past Beauty Heroes box and I love this eye serum. Out of all of the eye serums and creams that I've tried, this is the only one that I've noticed like a real significant difference. Like some others I've noticed it's like softened the under eyes, but that's like kind of it. I haven't noticed a difference with like dark circles or anything like that. Not that mine are like terrible, but they're sort of noticeable. But this is the only one that actually gave me like a real noticeable difference in like dark circles and wrinkles and like the softening of the under eye. So this one is like a powerhouse. I wish the bottle wasn't so small. It's only half an ounce, which just makes me sad, especially because it's $78, but because I did notice such a big difference, I will be rebuying this one in the future once I've used up the 4 other eye products that I've currently got right now. I have too many and I just need to use them up. And I do want to do like an eye cream balm oil video in the future, so I will save this bottle so I can talk about that again. But this is my favorite one that I've tried so far. So then I also just have a thing of cotton rounds, the 365 organic cotton one. I get those at Whole Foods. Those are the ones that I like. So I do have 2 things that I'm throwing away just because I'm just done. I'm just done trying to use them. This is the Angelo Naturals exfoliating peel, the kombucha enzyme exfoliating peel, and the blue geranium creamy clay mask. They don't even make this anymore, the blue geranium creamy clay mask. It's not on iHerb or their website, so I didn't like this to begin with. It's a really hard formula. I even went through 2 bottles of this. The first one, well, I didn't go through 2 bottles, but the first one that I bought like solidified on me and I never even got to use it. So I threw the first one away and then bought a second one, and the second one is even really hard. And I just don't notice a difference when I use this. It like just sits on my skin and I don't notice any like pore cleaning or tingling or anything. So this is like my least favorite clay mask that I've ever used. And then the same with the peel. I noticed 0 difference with this peel. I don't know if maybe it was bad by the time I got it or just totally inactive. I don't know. I used them as much as I could. I mean, you could see I mostly used them up, but there's probably still a couple of mask applications in each one, but I'm just over them. I don't like them. But one mask that I did finish, which wasn't hard because it's tiny, but this is the Acure Cell Stimulating Facial Mask. And I want to like this, but again, I don't really feel like it does much for my skin. I mean, it's nice and it smells good, but I don't feel any specific difference in my skin once I've used this or taken it off. It doesn't make my skin like super soft. I don't feel like a detoxing effect. Like if anything, it just sort of cleanses my skin because as you rinse it off, it sort of foams. So it sort of like doubles as like a mask cleanser dealy thing. But I don't know. There is a 100% pure mask that sort of does the same thing that I think has more effect on my skin than this one did. And that's the, I believe it's the Herbal Detox one, which also has a sort of like foaming agent when you remove it. So I do like that one better than this one. So I would suggest the 100% pure Herbal Detox mask over the Acure Cell Stimulating Mask, especially because that one is like 4 times the size, or I don't know, 3 times the size, and probably is like, if you bought 3 of these, it'd probably be about the same as buying 1 bottle of the 100% pure one. So that's what I would go with instead of this one if you've been thinking about this one. I missed a toner. This one is from Fit Glow Beauty. She just sent me like a little sample of the Sea Toning Mist, and it came in like this bottle, but I depotted it or decanted it into like a spray bottle so I could use it better. And I did really like this. I thought it was a really good toner. It worked really well. I only had half an ounce of it, but I would consider buying that again in the future. I did like the way it made my skin feel. And this is made with things with like aloe, kelp, blue-green algae, willow bark, lavender, chamomile. So it's a really nice formula. So I have 3 of the Meow Meow Tweet spot serums. I've been through 3 of these in the last 6 months, so I guess I'm averaging about 1 every 2 months ish because I just started another one. So this is the only acne treatment that's ever worked for my skin. I initially got a sample of this in a Petit Vour box, but I loved it so much and I went and bought, you know, I think I bought 1 and then I bought 2 because I went through this one so fast. But at this point, I'm not even like trying any other acne spot treatments because I know that they're just not going to work for me. They would just be a waste of money, and I think that this is just the most effective spot treatment, and I don't know specifically why. Maybe it's just for my skin, but maybe it's the ingredients. It's just got jojoba oil, eucalyptus, cajeput, thyme, peppermint, and clove bud, and it does an amazing job. It's one of these little roller balls. So it's a metal roller ball. It's a metal roller ball, so it's kind of cooling when you put it on the skin. But I just love this stuff to death. It's expensive. It's $25 a bottle, but in my opinion, it's like totally worth it because it actually works. More so than buying a bunch of acne products that don't work and then you just waste your money on stuff that doesn't work. So again, I've gone through 3 of these. and I have 2 more right now. I also finished up a bottle of the Provice Step 2 Nutrify Tonic. This one specifically came in a Beauty Heroes box, but I did love this so much that I bought a second bottle, which I am almost out of as well. This is a oil-free tonic infused with antioxidant-rich daisy flower extract and hyaluronic acid to help lighten and brighten skin. And this has been like the most beneficial thing for my skin to help it with its texture and brightening it. I mean, obviously I still have some like discoloration, like this melasma is like never gonna go away. I don't know what will ever make it go away, but it's helped with hyperpigmentation, it's helped with my skin texture, it's helped with like the overall like redness of my skin. So I will continue to buy this as well, and I do need to buy a 3rd bottle of it, but this is just the one bottle that I went through this last period. So this is another Angelo Naturals product. It's the Lemon Sugar Facial Scrub, and I talked about this in the Angelo Naturals clarifying line review that I did. I did not like this as a facial scrub, and I think once I got to about half the jar, I was just like, I don't even want to use it on my face anymore. And I ended up finishing it as a body scrub, and even as a body scrub, it wasn't like super effective, so I didn't want to waste it. I just wanted to finish it up somehow, but that's how I ended up finishing this, and I would not buy this again. One, it does contain honey, and I do use products now that contain honey, but it depends on the company and it depends on the source of the honey, so I am selective about what honey I use, but in this case I would not use this one because I can't verify the source of this specific honey, and it's most likely not like local sustainable honey. So anyway, I wouldn't buy this again even without the honey issue because it's an ineffective scrub for my skin. And if you want to know more about the Angelo Naturals clarifying line specifically, I did do a review on all of the products in the line, and I'll leave that linked down below. I have a couple more of like big things that I finished, and then I have a bunch of samples that I went through. So the first one is this White and Elm Sunflower Deep Pore Cleansing Oil, and I do like this as a cleansing oil. I do have others that I favor more than this one, so that's why this one took me a while to go through. They sent me a bunch of stuff to review a while back, but it actually took me a long time to finish this bottle because I've ended up with so many facial oils. And as I've tried all the facial oils that I do have, they're the cleansing oils. I do like this one, but it's not my absolute favorite of all of the ones, so I might buy this one again in the future, but like I said, there are other ones that I do like better. But this is a good cleansing oil, don't get me wrong, I just have others that I prefer. And then the only other thing that is not a sample, and I haven't finished completely, but I'm going to toss this in there anyway. This is the Osmia Organics Black Clay Facial Soap. This also came in a Beauty Heroes box. And initially I didn't think I was going to like this very much because I'm not the biggest fan of like facial bar soap, but I think now that's only because I haven't tried any, or I hadn't tried any that I actually liked and did anything for my skin. This one works really well to exfoliate, so it's even like a really great just like exfoliator cleanser bar. I use this sometimes even on days that I don't use my Salas, so I'll just use this in the morning and I won't even use my Salas because I'll feel like my skin has been exfoliated enough. Most days though I do use this and then the Salas, so it's sort of like a double exfoliation, which my skin takes really well to exfoliation, so it all depends on how your skin does to exfoliation, but this is a great exfoliating soap if you like using soaps and that kind of thing on your face. But this is non-drying, it's made with lots of really great oils and coconut milk, and I really like this. I would buy it again, and it did last me quite a long time. I mean, the bar is pretty expensive and it's pretty small. I mean, obviously you can see here the bar is relatively small for a bar of soap, and I think it's $24 to purchase this on its own, I believe. But now that I've used it as long as I have and the bar is still going, I would buy it again because I do know that it lasts quite a long time. If it went out in like a month, I would say no because you're not getting that much for your money, but I think I've had this now 5 or 6 months and it's still going, so I would buy this again when this one is out, or close to being out, since it's not completely out. So the rest of what I have are all just a bunch of samples. So I'll start with this one. This is the Routine Deodor Cream. This came in a Petit Vour box. I can't remember what the scent was, but it's pretty darn strong. But I knew right when I got this that this wasn't going to work out for me because it's got baking soda in it, and I used it once and it irritated my underarms. We did get it in like the warmer months last year, so I did save the rest of this to use in the winter, and there was only like 5 uses in here, but I had to save it to use in the winter when I wasn't going to sweat anymore because, oh, this isn't even skincare, this is body care. Either way, this is not a product that I would buy again because the baking soda is just really intense in here, and I cannot use this kind of formula of deodorant under my arms. It just irritates me way too much. I have a couple of things from Mahalo. I have this tiny cute little jar of the Pele mask, which came in a Petit Vour box. I was really excited to see Mahalo in Petit Vour box. I mean, you guys know I love Mahalo, but to see them in Petit Vour box on like a massive scale for people to try, that was really exciting. So I finished this little Pele mask. This for me was only 1 use. I don't know if I have like a bigger face than other people or something, or if I just tend to use more mask than other people, because I heard other people say that they were able to get like 3 uses out of the same size jar, and I was like, how? This was 1 mask for me. But anyway, you guys know I love this. I have a full-size jar of it, and I have finished an entire full-size jar in the past. So that is one of my favorite Mahalo products. And then I also finished up one of these like baby balms. This is 0.1 fluid ounce, so 2.5 mils, and I really love this balm. I do have a deluxe size that I'm using and a full size that Marina sent me recently, so I would recommend this. This is a great spot treatment as well. Sometimes I like to do, like if we're talking about Mahalo skincare, I like to do the Pele mask, and then I like to use the Vitality Elixir on top, and then anywhere that I'm having like a breakout, I like to rub the balm between my fingers to sort of like emulsify it, and then I like to press it on the places where I'm having really bad acne, usually which is in this area around my chin, which is why I did that. But it works really great as a spot treatment as well. I would use it on top of the Meow Meow Tweet spot treatment sometimes, and it's sort of like a double duty acne treatment effect. This does have beeswax, but I have explained how I am comfortable using the beeswax and honey that Mahalo uses in their products because I was able to research their their beeswax and honey suppliers, and they're from ethical, sustainable bee sources. So those were the 2 Mahalo products that I went through. I also have a couple of One Love Organics products. I tried the Elizabeth Den for One Love Organics Vitamin B Cleansing Oil. I think I was able to get 2 cleanses out of this little squeezy bottle thing, and then I have the Brand New Day, which is their microdermabrasion scrub. I really do like both of these products. The thing that I have an issue with about the One Love Organics products is how like overwhelmingly of like pineapple and coconut they smell. Like they're not terrible scents by any means, but they're just really fruity, and I sort of prefer more of like deeper, like earthy scents. So I do like these products, and I might pick at least the Brand New Day up in the future because I did really like this. This was a really effective microdermabrasion scrub. It wasn't like overly aggressive and like abrasive on my skin. It was just like fine and gentle, but it worked really well. It made my skin really soft. And the Vitamin B Cleansing Oil, I do have a cleansing oil that's like this that I just prefer scent wise. That does the same thing. It's the kind that you rub on and you can rinse off with water. It's the Naturals cleansing oil. I'll link that down below because I do prefer that to this. Plus I think the Naturals one is more affordable than the One Love Organics one, but these are both good products. And then I have a sample of the Blue Cocoon that Rue from Short Small Sweet sent me, and I haven't forgotten about you, Rue, don't you worry. I'm just very behind. But I finished up the sample pot of the Blue Cocoon that she sent me, and I really loved it. And I did buy, well, me and my husband bought a bunch of May Lindstrom stuff because I did like it so much. So this is actually really great on top of the Vintner's Daughter serum. You put the Vintner's Daughter serum on, and then you put this on top, and you wake up and your skin is just like glowing, and it's like from the heavens, and your skin just looks super amazing. So I couldn't resist buying a full size of this, even though, do I really need it? Probably not. It's expensive, but it works really well. So, I mean, thank you, Rue, for giving me a sample to try out, because now I do know that I just like it so much. So there was that one. And then I also received a sample of the Josh Rosebrook Moisturizing Cleanser. I think this came, I had one in a giveaway, their new, like a trial size of their new Enrich Hair Mask, and I think they threw this in that same box. This was an okay cleanser. It's not something that I would pick up just because I mean, moisturizing cleansers are not like my thing. I don't need more moisture. It was good. I mean, it worked nicely and it didn't irritate my skin or anything, but I probably wouldn't pick up a full size of that. Just not for me. And then I've got a Jaclyn Evans Chamomile and Walnut Scrub. And at first, I wasn't sure what kind of scrub this was supposed to be. I thought it was a body scrub, but I don't think it was supposed to be a body scrub. I use it as a body scrub, but I think it was supposed to be a facial scrub. But either way, facial or body, I probably wouldn't pick up a full size of this either. It just wasn't. I like my Salas scrub better. I'm just really partial to that, and everything sort of compares to the Salas scrub. And the last thing I have is the Laurel Facial Detox Mask. And I have been wanting to try the Laurel products. I haven't tried anything other than the detox mask so far. And I think I was able to get, this is a big jar, but I can't remember if I got 1 or 2 uses out of it. I might have just dumped the whole thing and just did 1. And I don't recall that it was any more significant than like the Petal mask, which you guys know is like my favorite detox mask. So I don't know if I would pick up a full size of this, but I would like to try more Laurel products in the future. Hopefully I'll get an opportunity to do so at some point, because I do have a lot of really great products, or at least products that sound and look really great, but this I don't think I would pick up a full size of, at least just based off the sample. And it's been a while since I've used it, so I mean, I could use a second sample to sort of like retry and see if it, you know, jogs my memory or anything, but based off of today, I wouldn't pick up a full size of this right now. So that is all of my skincare empties. I feel like I talked really fast because I had a lot of stuff to go through, but that's everything that that's all of my empties for the last 6 months. Part 3 is now complete. All of the empties are done and they're gonna get recycled. Except for some of these little containers, I'll keep those. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching all of my empties, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.